Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. This is your boy FlyIslandGuy. Today we are in Kufra, Libya, and we're actually going to be making our way into the big city today. So just to explain what happened, Honor has basically been kind of stuck for us in Libya, and we're just kind of getting assigned the same airports over and over again. So I decided to just do a ferry flight over to Cairo, Egypt, so we can start getting some new jobs to new locations assigned. So we're just flying like an empty aircraft, basically just enough fuel to get us to our destination. And having said that, we are going to be cruising at 41,000 feet today. Flight time, we are looking at 1 hour and 41 minutes. It's going to be an almost 600 nautical mile flight, which is pretty far. So we're all set and ready to go. Weather en route is, well, I've been saying this for a while now, absolutely beautiful. No clouds at all that we have to worry about, no bad weather that we have to worry about. South America may be another story, but as far as Africa and heading to Cairo today, it's all good. Okay, so just looking at our checklist, we're about to get on our way. Let's set flaps 1. Our rotate speed today, since we're pretty light, let's get our references here. Rotate speed today is going to be 100 knots. V1 is 95 knots, so a lot lower than what we've had as of late, because normally like the plane's almost full. We are okay. Takeoff speeds, sorry, are already checked. Just gonna double check our center of gravity. That looks alright. Just adjust my pitch just a little bit. You can have a little bit of nose up trim because we're a little kind of forward when I center of gravity. Air conditioning as required, ice protection as required, cast messages. We just see our parking brake is set. That's about it. GPU is still connected. We could actually disconnect that now because our engines are started. And I think we are all good to go. Passenger signs are set as well. Transponder, we can go ahead and just turn that on as usual. We're not using that because we are not in we're not on VATSIM or anything. CDI source, set that to GPS, and we are ready to taxi, folks. Nav lights are on. Strobes are on because we don't have beacons on this aircraft. Taxi lights are on as well, and we are rolling, folks. We're going to be departing runway 2 left here in Kufra. And if you remember before, this airport, the terrain is really weird for some reason, and and there's a giant hill. There's an actual runway at the top of the hill here, but there's no way. It's gonna be tough for you to like go up there in this plane. Unless you kind of put it to maximum thrust and go up the hill. We're not gonna worry with that. So and luckily we had 2 left, so we just kind of start down here. So we're just enjoying our flight. We're gonna enjoy our flight today. If anybody is wondering, maybe not. So I do have a full-time job, but I work from home 3 days a week. So because of that, what I normally do is get up in the morning, check my emails, do a flight, and then I devote the rest of my day to work. Worked out pretty well, and because of the team that I work on, I don't really get too much contact during the day. And I don't really have a lot of meetings during the day as well, so perfect. Let's hope it stays that way, because pretty much outside of that, the only time I can really fly is late at night. We're just cruising down to the end of the runway, and we're gonna be taking off very, very soon. We already have our heading set. Once we take off, we should pretty much be heading straight out departure. We don't have to really do any turns or anything, so we can just get nav mode on once we are up in the air, and yeah, just follow it along the way as we climb to 41,000. This runway is actually really, really long. It's I think it's about 12,000 feet or something. I don't know if there's something going on with FSLTL, but I feel like I haven't seen traffic like that in a while. This might just be because of where we are. But I feel like even in South America, it's been the same way. Maybe it's just kind of where we're flying. That's what's causing the issue. Alright, so we should be getting down to the end of the runway soon. Let's go ahead and do a couple checks. Trying to stay straight. The aircraft kind of keeps moving to the right for some reason. Let's see. Or taxi, we can go ahead and do our brakes test. Brakes are working. Flight instruments, everything is looking okay. We get up to top here, and we're gonna do the turn. The winds are in our favor, they're looking pretty light. Alright, just gonna turn around right here. Okay. And we'll probably utilize some of this little hill right here. Alright, so just gonna double check things before we head out. Alright, brakes on. Takeoff configuration. Trim's already set. We've already set our speeds. Flaps are set. Bleed, which is done here. Set to auto. Ice protection as required. Cast messages, just our parking brake is on. Passenger signs are on PED belts. And yeah, autopilot is all good. I'll switch over to nav mode kind of once we get in the air. Right now we just have heading. Yeah, that's about it. All right, so nav lights, strobes are on. We'll get our landing lights on, and we're ready to go, folks. All right. Toga is set. We could also check up here in the instruments. If you look right there, it tells you what thrust mode you're in. It's got our yoke back up and brakes released. Looking for 100 knots in order to rotate. I think we should get up to speed pretty quick today since we don't have much in the way of cargo or anything. 70 knots. 80 knots, 90, 95, and rotates. Gear up. See if this toggle mode works. No, well, it doesn't shut off the autopilot. Okay, now it looks like it's working, which is interesting. All right, let's get the yaw damper on. Let's go into heading mode. And we'll go to flight level change as well. Go ahead and get this guy up to about 180. Flaps up. And we can just enjoy the view on the way out. See what's happening on the other side. Awesome. All right. Let's get nav mode on. And I'm just going to zoom in now just to see kind of where we are. It should sort of automatically take over. But that sort of depends on where the aircraft is as well. I'm just going to zoom in for range. Yeah, see, so we're actually away from our flight track. So switch back to heading mode, and yeah, now GPS should kick in. We'll bring our throttle back to the climb detent, and sorry, if you just look right here again where it says TIA, just dial back. Let's see, it should switch to CLB. So now we're in the climb detent. All right, let's do our after takeoff checklist. So thrust levers are at continuous climb, flaps are retracted, landing gear is up, yaw damper is on, ice protection is acquired, pressurization looks good. Yeah. Checklist is complete. Once we reach 10,000 feet, landing lights and taxi lights could come off. And I wasn't going to do this, but let's go ahead and do it anyway. Let's get some information on Cairo, Egypt. That's our destination today. And let's see what we could find here. All right. Cool. So we're about to hit 10,000 feet. Once we hit 10,000 feet, I'm going to go ahead and shut off the landing lights, and then we'll start talking about Cairo. All right, and we're hitting 10,000 feet in 3, 2, 1. This can come off. And now let's talk about Cairo, folks. So Cairo is a city that really captures the imagination. It's the capital of Egypt, as most of us know, and has this incredible mix of ancient history and modern life. So you can't talk about Cairo without, of course, mentioning the pyramids, especially the Great Pyramid of Giza. It's one of those iconic landmarks that people dream of visiting, but there's so much more to the city than just the pyramids. So let's talk about that a little more. The Nile River runs right through Cairo, adding to its charm. So people often take boat rides on the Nile, especially at night when the city lights reflect on the water. And the city itself is massive. It's one of the largest in Africa, and it's always buzzing with life. Whether it's the sound of traffic, the call to prayer from the mosques, or the chatter in the streets, there's always something going on. So one of the most fascinating parts of Cairo is the Islamic Cairo area, where you can explore narrow streets lined with historic buildings, mosques, and madrasas that date back centuries. Then there's Khan el Khalili, a famous market where you can find everything from spices and perfumes to handcrafted jewelry and souvenirs. It's like stepping back in time. So Cairo can be a bit overwhelming because it's so big and busy, but it's also full of surprises. There are modern areas with shopping malls and cafes alongside older districts where life seems to move at a different pace. It's a city that's rich in culture, history, and life. And definitely a place that leaves a lasting impression. So that is Cairo for you folks. We are quickly climbing up to our cruise altitude. We're at about 15,000 feet now and continuing. So this should be a nice smooth flight all the way, and yeah, I will come back when we are starting our descent. I kind of hope we get out of the desert at some point. I feel like we've been flying in the desert for about 3 or 4 flights now, but we are in the Sahara area of Africa, so it makes sense. But we're going to continue this tour, of course. So we'll be back very, very soon. We'll be discussing our approach and all that good stuff. So stay tuned, and I'll see you guys in a bit. Take care. And ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. We have started our descent towards Cairo International. Let's see. So we're just going to take a really quick look at our approach today. And yeah, we're going to be doing the RNP runway 05 approach. Currently we're heading towards this 442 waypoint, CA 442 waypoint, which is our initial approach fix. And then we're going to be doing a left turn towards CA 542. We can arm approach mode there and just do our landing onto runway 05. We just take a quick look at the actual airport itself. So we're going to be landing on 5 right. So we're going to probably want to be getting off somewhere around Hotel 2 and come left and kind of get back to the main terminal somehow. Not sure how we'll do it, but that's the plan is. So we're going to head up to the cockpit. So let's head up there. So we are at 7,700 feet. VNAV has taken us down, and it's actually good to see that we're finally getting outside, away from the desert a little bit. I'm seeing a little bit of green here as we kind of head more into the downtown area of Cairo. Pretty much approaching from the southwest. And yeah, runway 5 right, sort of heading northeast. Good flight overall. Really had no complaints. Weather has been great, and the weather is kind of great here on approach. So let's go ahead and start getting our checklists in order. If we take a look here, let's get our weight first and foremost. current weight right now is around 7,700 pounds. Let's take a couple hundred off there just to get our final approach speeds. Final approach speeds today with flaps 3. So we're gonna do it without ice protection. We're looking at about 106. Oh wait, sorry, I was looking at the wrong numbers. We're looking at about 90 or 94 if we were landing with flaps 3. Flaps 1 approach speed is going to be 104. So I'm just going to go ahead and let's get this aircraft slowed down as much as we can. It's not making a turn. We could enjoy the view below us. Amazing. Firstly, guys, if you look off to the left, just look out the windows here. See a beautiful view of the pyramids down below. This is kind of like the first natural sight that I've seen. Well, not natural, but you know what I mean. Landmarks that we've seen here in Flight Simulator. So I'm absolutely stoked. Wow. Actually looking at the pyramids here. Amazing. Amazing. Absolutely amazing. Let's see if we can go outside real quick. It's not really a good way for us to get kind of get the plane and the pyramids into the shot, so just gonna have to skip that for now. All right, so we're at 150 knots. So just gonna keep an eye on the speeds for now. I'm gonna try and pull up flight control replay as well. I'm gonna go ahead and just record our landing. So I'm not sure if bringing up flight control replay actually made the if it made Flight Simulator disappear. If it did, I apologize. Maybe I'll try and edit that out if I remember. A little bit of weird pixelation on the clouds. Thought those were gone. Haven't seen that in a while. So we're going to be making a right turn. Airport should be sort of off to our right, out here somewhere, or maybe kind of further out there. Guess it's more ahead of us, but I think this is kind of like the first big city landing that we've done in this aircraft. So we're just going to enjoy the sights and the sounds, and also let's hope that our frame rates don't tank, which is a very a very big possibility. So I apologize in advance if that happens. It's probably already happening now, to be honest. I do need to kind of get my I need to upgrade my computer a bit. My processor right now, it's the i5 9600K. It's decent, and I have it overclocked, but I think it's time I get something new, especially with Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024 coming out in the very, very near future. I'm going to stick with my video card, which is the 3080 Ti. Don't really need anything too much more powerful than that right now, but definitely want to get my processor up to up to snuff. Alright, city of Cairo is... we're flying over it now. Airport is straight ahead, and we're going to go ahead and activate approach mode. Just going to see if I can find it. So, is it active? Yeah, approach mode is active. We're below the glide path, which is good. And we're going to go ahead and just slow down as much as we can. Got a nice headwind. Gonna go ahead and let's get flaps 1 down. And as our speed drops, we're gonna just drop our gear as well. As I said, we're trying to get down to 104, I believe. Alright. I'd have to reduce some of these effects with FS Realistic. Actually, not sure if the aircraft like vibrates this much when the flaps are down, but all right, let's go flaps 2. Make sure our altimeter is good. And flaps 3, stay there for landing. Let the speed go down to 94 knots. So let's take a look at our checklist. Let's see. I'm gonna go ahead and shut our yaw damper off. You don't need it. Landing gear is down. Flaps set to 3. Airspeed is coming down nicely. So we're getting near to just a little bit above 94, which is okay as long as we hold it. That's fine. So we're kind of just letting the glide path do its thing. Yeah, I'm seeing a little bit of stuttering here and there as we come in for landing. There's another airport right here off to our left. See a runway over there. Take a quick look out right. Beautiful. Alright. Our speed dropped a lot. And that's why you don't do sightseeing while you're landing. So alright folks. We are ready for landing. The landing lights are on. Altimeter is set, flaps, speed, everything is looking good. I'm gonna shut off the autopilot and we're gonna fly in by hand. Have a little bit of a crosswind. Well, not even it's a headwind, but it's come a little bit from the left. It's gonna pick our speed up as we come into land. Because this is a airport that has a fairly long runway, it's okay if we come in a little bit fast. A little bit fast. "500 feet, check." Looks like we're a little high right now. And one red. So pretty high. That's okay. Should be good regardless.
Landing time log.
And as usual, I land a little left of the runway. I always do that for some reason. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Cairo. Just rolling out right now. Alright, let's take this taxiway right here. Get our flaps up and we're gonna head towards the terminal, folks. I don't know why it seemed as though our nose wheel kept slamming down for some reason, and I think I just got dinged for not shut my landing lights off fast enough. Alright folks, and here we are. So I'm just gonna take a quick stop just to check our check Navigraph really quickly. Okay. So I'm at H1. I think this should be taxiway Lima. At least I hope this is. Yeah, we're in Lima right now. And we should be crossing the next runway from here. Gonna watch my taxi speed. Also just watch where I'm taxiing. Right. I'm gonna get the flight director off in the meantime. And pretty good. Plane's really trying to escape. Alright, so we're coming up to this is runway 5 center and 23 center or 23 center. Just gonna check, see if anything's coming. I don't think so. Just gonna quickly go across. As you can see when I move around, it's definitely a little bit of stuttering going on. But the good thing is I'm not seeing too much traffic here at the airport right now. Alright, so we'll go left here. Okay. And we're gonna come up to one of these remote aprons. Maybe the remote apron is where we'll stop and park for today. I'm actually just curious as to where all the traffic is. Oh, just as I said that, there's an airline coming in the distance ahead of us. All right. Let's see, what aircraft is this? What airline is this? I'm not sure, I actually don't know. Let's just go a little bit more. I do have FSLTL on and active, but don't really see too much aircraft here. Just sort of whack. It's all good though. So it's one of the drawbacks of being at a large airport is your taxi is a little excessive. But really I just want to see what this aircraft is right here, or what airline this is. I'm trying to catch up to it. Alright, so it looks like, yeah, all the aircraft are here now. Guess we're not going to find out what this one is. I can't really tell from the tail right now. But yeah, let's pull up somewhere here. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I'm not sure what that is, guys. If you know what this aircraft is or what airline this is, let me know. I'm just kind of looking. All right, we're just gonna follow behind it, and then we're just gonna find somewhere quick to park the aircraft, and we'll call it a day, folks. When it comes to new airports, sometimes I just like to explore a little bit. I'm actually getting like better performance right now. Maybe because I tweaked the processor affinity, I believe that's what it's called, for for flight simulator. Just kind of looking for a spare gate now. I guess this is what GSX would have been good for. So we could just get something assigned and we could just follow the little car in. Let's put one of these guys here. 331. That's where we'll park. All right. And that is it. I could stop right there. Taxi lights off. Strobe lights can come off. And parking brake is set.
Engine off time log. The flight is finished. It has been monitored by On Air.
That is it. So we've just done our ferry flight. It's completed. We pretty much just ended up losing money for this one, but I just needed to get the aircraft It's a Summer just a little better. But here we are, folks, in Cairo. We're just gonna go and explore for a little bit. Next time we come back, we'll be taking on another job from here in Cairo, and we'll be exploring Africa a little more. It's your boy FlyIslandGuy. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Share this video if you see fit. Outside of that, stay safe, and most importantly, stay fly. I'm out. Peace.
Fly Island Guy, we're soaring so high. With reggae beats we touch the sky.